Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Katie and I'm here today with Charlie and baby Karolinka who needs to be changed. And I want to, excuse me, I want to also tell you that the winner of my satin pillowcase has been picked. I will try to upload this video tonight or tomorrow morning. Because it's already like 5:30, so I don't know how long the upload will take and everything. But I have a little topic that will be kind of like continuation or follow-up on my previous video about Reborn groups and Reborn outings, and also a touch-up on Inas's video, which I'm going to link down below in my description, and somewhere you will see on a screen a little icon. If you click on it, it will take you to original video where she's talking about the topic that I want to touch up on a little bit too, because it goes well with what I've been talking about, that's creating Reborn groups and presenting this hobby and all this. So first of all, ladies, thank you so much for your wonderful comments on my last video. I'm going to try to respond to everyone. I had really crazy weekends, but I'm going to do it. I'll try to address everyone. Also, for everyone who did not watch that video and would like to put it out there to see if there are any Reborn doll collectors or groups or whatnot in their area, you can put it down there in the comments. I already see that Joanne and Gabby already kind of like paired up. Joanne has been looking for Reborn collectors in her area for quite some time, and Gabby saw her comment. So that's exactly the purpose of my channel, so people can socialize, and I'm so super happy that that video helped others. I've seen that other ladies posted their locations, like general locations. So please go see that. Maybe put your location out there. Maybe you will be able to find someone who also comments or who's watching this video, and you know, maybe meet up, maybe start creating your own group. It's a lot of fun, ladies. I just want to put attention on safety. Always be safe. Do not put your exact address or maybe like exact location. Also, always make sure that you meet up with people that you never met, and especially well, if you have channel creators, it's kind of like different, because especially a little bit bigger channels, of course they're not going to do anything to these people, but you just never know. So I'm just saying, stay safe, but have fun, ladies and gentlemen, because it applies to gentlemen as well. And as I said in our last video, I was talking about going to the public, and I was touching up on how I present this hobby if the public or strangers ask me about my dolls, because it's one of the main things that I was worried when I started going out. And I think everyone who never ventured out on a public, or maybe just a handful of times, you get nervous, especially when you're, oh my gosh, my first outing was awful because I was not prepared whatsoever to answer the questions. I thought that nobody will ask me to uncover the car seat, and it did happen. I didn't know what to say. I don't know if I handled it properly. I wouldn't handle it this way nowadays. So that's what I wanted to talk about. And you know, I was kind of trying to think how to address this topic. And our friend, our family's friend, came to mind. I've known him forever, and he's just the sweetest guy. His hobby is putting matches into the bottles and creating these ships, like ship in a bottle. You know, it's meticulous hobby. You need to have a lot of patience. Oh my gosh, you have to have stable hand and everything. And he loves it. He started it, oh my gosh, years and years ago when I was still in high school. And my mom told me that he had huge problems with abuse. I think he was drinking, and he was trying to deal with it. Uh, he decided that he would do this as a hobby to calm his anxiety. Somehow it worked for him. For me, it was probably create anxiety because I would not have the patience with these matches. It's not all that easy. But it worked for him, and every time people see his creations, oh my god, these ships and these objects that he's creating in these battles are absolutely amazing. People are amazed. And I was thinking, because I've seen sometimes when he showed to the people the first time these battles, I was there at one of the family reunions, of his family reunions. My dad, back then, we were invited over there, and he was showing people in his little office or craft room. He was showing these battles. And never once I've heard people asking him, so why are you doing this? Because you have mental problems? Or is there something wrong with you? Never once. Just thinking about it. Or nobody questioned his mental health because he was playing with matches. I'm just going to put it brutally out there, because he was playing with matches. Nobody was questioning his mental health. And same when we go to the park with Charlie, we have in our local park, we have this designated area for people. It's usually fathers or grandfathers with kids for their airplane models. They're playing out there with these models, and nobody, that's probably the last thing that they would ask. What is wrong with you? Or is there something wrong with you that you're doing this? We talked about this million times. This is nothing new. Public sometimes reacts rudely. When I started 4 years ago, oh my god, this was like non-stop topic all those years ago, because people were starting opening these channels more and more. Reborn doll collectors were popping out, and public was absolutely not used to the doll, so the rudeness and attacks were really abrasive. I remember Laura, who passed away, she really was targeted a lot by public. And so yeah, this is nothing new. It's just what I learned when I go out. Oh, what's going on here? There's this little thing. Yeah, I don't know. I will have to cut this. What I've learned here at my first outing, how I reacted when my neighbor looked at my doll. First thing that kind of like spurted. I was really nervous, guys, and I didn't have anything prepared. So I immediately went into therapy thing and for the loss and all that, and I could see it on her face. She was kind of like very uncomfortable. How would I say it? Okay, let me backtrack a little bit to our Christmas meetup. At the last Christmas meetup, we rented this whole room in a restaurant except of the one front table, and behind the table there was this family. It was probably like 3 generations or 4, about like 9 people sitting there. They were having Christmas lunch. Well, it wasn't on a Christmas day, but they were just like it was Saturday, so probably, they just went out and they were having lunch and they were observing us. And after a certain period of time, they noticed that these little babies in these strollers are actually dolls, and you could see it in their faces. They were like kind of like really curiously, like constantly peeking. So Jacqueline decides as an artist to go there and to introduce these babies as pieces of art, okay? She didn't immediately go into mental health issues or child loss or anxiety or anything like that. And then Heidi followed her with the baby, and then ladies kind of like started going there, and then of course they brought up anxiety and child loss and all that. But as the first thing that these people were introduced, these dolls, in their eyes, the first thing that they've heard, oh yes, these are collectibles. These are pieces of art. They are painted meticulously. There is this whole lengthy process involved in creating these babies. And I'm the artist because Jacqueline was presenting it. And if you would like to hold them and all that. And you could see the people's like questioning looks, they turned into kind of, they started to be curious. So they wanted to see different babies, different sculpt. And where I'm going with this, I absolutely don't want to belittle the importance of this hobby and these babies, how they're comforting to all the ladies with anxiety or loss of a child. You know, I myself, okay? I suffered miscarriage. I think I mentioned it a few times in my introduction video. When you go on my channel, I talk about it. Yes, I went through it. But I don't use these babies necessarily as a therapy. Therefore, I don't introduce them as a therapeutic. Yes, I talk about it later on. If people seem interested enough, I will go into it. But when they ask me, I just say they're collectibles. And if they start questioning, okay, well, what's up with collectible like that? It's a doll. It's not my problem, it's theirs. And I think, you know, there's nothing that we can do. Guys are not usually asked to explain why they're doing anything, so I don't see the point why we should be all that stressed about, okay, so what? So people think, some people think it's weird or it's not healthy. That's not my problem, I always say. You know, you want to act like that, it's on you. Usually people get interested. If you start talking, if you start presenting these babies as pieces of art, then they start being very curious and they want to hear more. And then I proceed with all the benefits what they bring to ladies, let's say, who lost the babies, or people who suffer with anxiety or any mental health disorders. I have depression, chronic depression as well. And it's not that I'm ashamed of it, absolutely not. But I feel like, because a few times I talk about my miscarriage. I presented these babies and I immediately went into that, and I could see that it made some people uncomfortable, and I think from there it spurs, and all these documentaries that we see are not very positive. They're not very positively, they're not really putting a positive, like the best light onto this hobby, because seriously, for most cases, I don't know anyone who would be tending to babies like these, like those women in those documentaries. Yeah, they may be cases, people do it in privacy or anything, but I really don't think that, I've never met anyone who would think that these babies are real. Never, never. And it's all the part of the role play. Yeah, a lot of ladies role play with these dolls that like they're real, but I don't think for one second that they think that these dolls are actually real. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So that's how I present these babies. Yes, they're collectibles. I'm having fun. And there is a huge community of collectors worldwide. Also artists and sculptors, and this is what we do. And people immediately start getting curious, so then we proceed with talking about, you know, calming effects and everything. So that's just, I just wanted to put this idea out there to ladies who don't know and kind of don't know, they don't want to go into all that at first, and they don't want people to start questioning, okay, what is going on with you? They just want to answer the question and just go their merry way. First of all, ladies, don't feel like you have to answer anything, to be honest. Nobody has to answer. You can just, you know, not tell people. that these are dolls and just usually they don't notice, okay? Quite honestly, at the mall at last few outings they didn't notice. I had my Julie and I even had little cashier peeking inside of my car seat, and she never noticed. She never noticed. She was asking me how old the baby was, and she told me that he reminded her grandchild and all that. And I don't think that she would be just lying. I just really think that people don't really pay. It really doesn't cross their mind that these could not be, okay, what did I do? That these babies are not real, you know? So that's just like something I just wanted to touch up on. My goodness, and these are so cute. These are Ugg boots that I got from Carrie as my birthday present, I think last year or year before. And this is the first time I'm using them. These are so cute, but her legs are so chubby, and if this was a real baby, I would probably just take her hip out of the joint. I'm squeezing this so much. So yeah, we have a snow. It's been snowing, so I think this is absolutely appropriate little outfit. I love these like about knee heights or whatever with these pom-poms. I was thinking, because I had another variation ready with white boots with white pom-poms like this, but I wanted really to put these on and show them to Carrie. What is going on? Is this the right way? Yeah, probably. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, let me know down in a comment. As I said, for all of you who would like to post their location for other collectors, please go to my previous video. I will link it also down in description. As I said, a couple of people were paired there. I call it paired. They already, hopefully they will meet up soon, and they will even make videos about it. At least Gabby's here. So I'm super excited about that. And Carolina's looking so cute. Hopefully you can see her. I'm going to put this little bunny. And it's so huge and obnoxious, and I absolutely love it. It's so funny. She looks funky. So yeah. Hopefully I did not upset anyone. That was not my intent. I just think that this what works for me the best. When I go on public and I start with saying these are art, and then I proceed to telling about other benefits. Because when I went into the child laws, I could see like these people were like deer in headlights. They didn't know how to react. They didn't know, should I say sorry to this stranger, or what is going on? Did she lose her mind? Does she think that this doll is real or what? So if I start with art, I think, and explaining the process and the sculpting and all that, if they want to hear it, of course, if they ask, they can kind of see my point, and then of course I can go into the benefits, because there's nothing wrong with mentioning it, of course, but I just think what works for me the best is starting with art and just proceeding if anyone is interested enough to have this discussion. And also, there's always, sometimes it's just not the best time for that. Sometimes you have the best time and opportunity, and the situation kind of calls for explanation. And sometimes when you're in a field store, you don't want to go into that. You just want to go on your merry way, as I said. So, it's up to you. Ladies, I hope this stress is not going to stop you from going out, from seeking out other friends, from venturing out. And yeah, let me know how your first adventures go, if you like to go on outings, if you don't like to go on outings, if it stresses you, what are the best reactions you got, what were the worst reactions. Let me know down in a comment. I would love to hear your stories. So thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, for being here. Charlie says hi. This is Karolinka, looking also cute and ready for Valentine's Day. We want to wish you a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and please stick around to see who won our satin pillow this month. So thank you again. Until the next time. Bye.